Kenyans.
Karwe.
Stand by the point you make.
You know,
it's a simple fact.
Understand how
sugarcane farmers being paid well. They are. Coffee farmers being paid well. They are. It doesn't matter whether it's an alien who stated that, or I'm the one who stated that, or it's whoever has stated it. It's a mere fact.
Karwe. I agree with your brilliance on when you make sense to me, you actually make sense. Is coffee up? Yes. Is milk up? Yes. Is tea up? Yes. But I will also call you out.
Is sugarcane up?
But I'll equally call you out where there's bullshit, bro. Now, when you talk about, I don't know whether Tibe will allow this to be anything about us talking about the sugar sector. Do you know how you pay out bonuses? I happen to live in a place where tea and coffee is grown, including tomatoes and sometimes, some pretty good French beans and all that. But let us look at the two cash crops that are actually able to pay out bonuses consistently. That is tea and coffee. Okay? For bonuses to come out, there must be a structure where an institution collects money from farmers, registers its farmers, it knows where those farmers live, and where their zoning is. Now, once we collect money and these farmers come and deposit their money with us, that money, once we collect it, we tell government, this is how much we collected. So the SACCO is a collecting agency for government. When government wants to pay bonus, that money is paid out through SACCOs. Ampeangwi pesa kwa bahasha. And that is the reason when Ruto wanted to politicize the issue of sugarcane, he only took bonus to the people of Mumias. Because when you talk about sugar in Kenya, you mention Mumias. And he was asked, what about the farmers of Sony Sugar? What about the farmers of Butali? What about the farmers of Rongo? Do you know the reason Ruto could not answer that question? Is because he understands that the infrastructure for a consistent bonus giving payout mechanism does not exist. If Ruto wanted to do a very good thing for the sugar,
no, but you see,
Ruto wanted to do I kept quiet when you were talking.
No, you've made the point. I get the point. You've made the point and I get it. But the bonus payment is very easy. Right now, a ton of sugar is going for 5,300 shillings when delivered to the factory. You can pay. Let me fill it up. I'll take a minute. Then you can have your rejoinder. You take sugar to the factory. It's 5,300 shillings. Okay, that's how much you are owed. Let's say the factory gave you the inputs to do that. They'll cut a bit of that from that money from whatever. Now, bonuses are not free. It's your money. They just cut a bit of it and then they'll give you as a lump sum somewhere else. You can do it for sugar.
Thank you.
The mill is there.
So
the farmer is there.
I agree. What is
Let me finish, Morenzi, then we'll talk. Let me finish, then you'll talk. The mill is there. The farmer is there. The vehicle to deliver the sugarcane is there. So the question is very easy. Like I gave you, the example I gave you, Anyang went to court for 9 years. For 9 years, they stopped the leasing of the sugarcane factories, okay? During those 9 years, the farmer delivered sugarcane to the factory. The factory milled that sugar. The factory did not pay the farmer. The factory did not pay the worker. So the question is, this sugarcane that is being brought to the factory, if you are not paying the farmer or the worker who is processing that sugar, then there should be sugar in that factory. For those 3 years, you've not paid me. Then you ask yourself, is the sugar there? If the sugar is not there, it means it's being sold out there and you're not being paid. So how do you stop that? Very simple. Management was the issue. And now, if you change management, the sugar that was already sold, you pay back the farmer. When you pay back the farmer, then you pay the worker. It's very simple. It's not even complex. Now, the reason that Ruto didn't talk about the other sugar factories, because the court order was there to stop the leasing. It was lifted and leasing happened.
Karwe.
And that is why you see Natumbeya and Eugene and all those fuckers out there bullshitting, because they know in the next 2-3 years, the politics of that whole place will change. Because farmers will be paid on a weekly basis. And if you pay a farmer on a weekly basis, you're not going to take unga to him and tell him, oh, vote for me because I was doing nini. And that's why you see people like Morevi here, They want to create that boogeyman. You want to make, Ruto is the bad one. He's the one who's taking the sugar. He's the one who's doing it. It's bullshit.
Thank you. Now, let me listen to you now. When you say you want to be paying out bonuses, okay? The first thing you do is that you must be able to register all farmers, including the kgs they bring to the factory, okay? Number two, to make sure that your bonus comes out consistently. Bonus, farmers form circles. It's like a shareholding company. So you want to make a profit always. So what do? You take the best examples. That is tea and coffee. If you use them as a benchmark. When we pay and our tea is sold in dollars, okay? Our circles receive that payment, bro, in dollars. That was one thing that was negotiated, okay? So if you want to say, and I agree with you, if Ruto wanted to deal with this thing permanently, the first thing he should have done, as you privatize the millers, he has not privatized the 100%. So the first thing Ruto should have done is lay the infrastructure to make sure that milling and farmers will forever receive their bonus, whether Ruto is president or not, by laying the infrastructure and the foundation to secure these farmers for life. The only way Ruto will do that is borrow from functioning examples. Which are the functioning examples here, Karoe? It is rice, number one. It is coffee, number two. And it is tea, number three. Okay? So why isn't he doing that? Why isn't he borrowing, or why isn't he following the examples of the three best performing institutions when it comes to paying out bonuses? Because Ruto is not interested in the structure. He's interested in the payout. Now, what is unique between Ruto and these two brothers, the Rai brothers? And why would you decide to give a region to two brothers? The Rai control a Rai pipeline, which makes paper, Rai paper mill, which was government. It went to him. Now, the two brothers now, you want to tell me Ruto could not have sat and said to shield these farmers and to reduce monopoly in this sector, okay? Let me create a counterforce. If the Rais control this sugar mill and this sugar mill, then it is only making sense to me to give an external player, someone else, the right to control the other mills. But you cannot sit and tell me that Ruto is so brilliant that he gives two brothers the sole right to control the economy of one region.
Right.
Bro, let us talk like internet.
Listen, Rai took a single factory. I don't know whether it's Muhorono or whichever. I'm not sure which it is.
What are you talking about? His brother was the other one.
It's
you
okay.
guys, are you both members of these companies? Are you guys both members?
You are.
Anthony and this other guy. Are you guys both members?
You asked.
No.
You asked a very simple question.
You guys, you're giving us information, and we only need sugar in our coffee.
Listen, I told you.
Where it comes from is not our business. Are you both members of those companies?
It's somebody's business, and they are willing to listen to it.
So they have sent
so if you don't want to listen to it, just
present them here. Connect.
It's simple. Bro, stop copying out.
No. So they have sent
you. As I was saying, earning a bonus is very simple. I deliver sugarcane to you. You owe me 10,000 Kenya shillings. You pay me 9,000 Kenya shillings. You are left with 1,000 Kenya shillings. You say the structures are not there. Before, farmers when they were being paid, although not consistently. So they have a register of farmers. There's the zones where the sugarcane is grown. They've registered. They know who it is. So paying bonus is very simple. But what you guys do not want is the payment of that bonus, because payment of that bonus gives farmers choice, and then they cannot be politically persuaded. Now listen, Gojea, but before you unmute. Now the lease is 30 years. Now let's say from the first year, a farmer is getting paid weekly. By the time that lease is ending, within those 30 years, it's already internalized in them. Good management is already internalized in them. There's no way you're going to politics over that. If Ruto was only interested in the politics of it, you do it for 2-3 years. You didn't be giving those kind of leases. But that's what that's the main issue with you guys. Choice of farmers, empowerment. Because if you empower the farmer and you give him financial independence, then he cannot be influenced.
So
And if you cannot influence him, then politics.
Where
The politics
this information?
don't make sense to them.
This information, who are you telling in this space?
Why is it that is only you who's complaining? No one else is complaining.
It's not a complaint. It's a question. Who are you telling?
Everyone but you.
I've seen
Joe Max.
there's what
He's telling everyone but you, Joe Max.
So I'm telling the exactly.
But I agree with Joe Max here. I support Joe Max. He's asking very good questions. You guys are discussing as if you're in that boardroom.
You know, Edwin.
Of course, you'd agree with me. You are a Gen Z banner. You have nothing to you're going to the protest tomorrow. You're going to the protest tomorrow. Of course, you'd agree with him. Someone is thinking for you.
As long as there's cheap sugar in front of me that I can afford, I don't care the discussions at the boardroom.
You see, that's the bullshit. That's the bullshit with you fuckers who go to protest. That's the shit I hate about you people. Like, you want the end result, but you don't know what it comes.
You don't want the process.
Exactly. You don't want the process and the resources that go behind it. And that's why you can afford to go out there and protest. They're like, we want good governance, we want peace. My friend, people sit down and make decisions, tough decisions for that sugar to be in front of you.
But let me ask Edwin something. Edwin.
Do the detailed work.
Edwin.
Do the donkey work. As we want results.
Edwin. Now, I want to be government and you be the person giving me the job and you want results. The only way you pass an exam and you get to enjoy the fruits of your study is if you understand the process of getting to a good result, getting to a good outcome. So when you hear me and Karoe not agreeing on the procedure, but we are agreeing that we need cheap sugar, it means if tomorrow we Gen Zs and millennials and everyone else become the government we want, because we only in the street because we say this government is not doing what we want. It is not achieving our objectives. So if we become the next government, we need to know how to make sure that you Edwin, will always have cheap sugar consistently. That is why me and Karoe are saying. Karoe is saying privatize.
No, that still doesn't make any sense. Because people who are empowered don't go looking for cheap things. So you're still preaching to the, still conning the masses. Stop conning the masses with that connish language. Because people who are empowered, the first thing they do is get rid of cheapness in their life. So
but clearly Edwin is not empowered.
No, Edwin is an idiot. At least we can all agree on that. Edwin is a victim. He will never stop being a victim. He will wear a victim hat every time you give him an opportunity. He's looking for it. If today I say that I'm dealing with mental health, Edwin will be the first one who will be there. Let's hear from other people first before we hog this space to ourselves. I have another 15 minutes to go. Shad, are you there?
Yep.
Go ahead.
Kibecha msee mwingine aongee, mimi niko sawa.
Kibet Bull the fake. What's up? You know what I was trying to get us out of, which is what now you must all agree. Not okay, you don't have to agree. But we're not victims. We are not victims. I am not a victim. So victimhood here will not sell. I detest it. I detested it last year. But last year I was not in that good mind space to stop it because I was afraid of being cancelled. Like Anthony was talking about, cancelled. But now I am over that. I am healed. And Jesus is my Lord and Savior. I have no fear of cancellation anymore. Never ever, you motherfuckers. So now that we have that, we can stick with the truth. Anthony doesn't have the problems he's preaching, nor does Edwin, nor does anybody else for that matter. This is a highly, highly empowered group of people. Now, we should talk from that point of view, from being highly empowered, where even the politics of the day is too boring for us. That's why we watch American politics. We know a lot about what's happening in America because ours is too slow. They're always discussing nonsense. So how do we want to get into that game and discuss nonsense with them, or do we want a higher existence? I would think a higher existence is better, or get into government and be a problem solver. We should be discussing now with Karue, so how are we getting into Gaba? Or are we creating our own Gaba? Or do we go to Marsabit and take 500,000 acres and just sit on it? But if we don't have problems, then we are okay surviving in the country. Not surviving, thriving. I'm not using the word survive again. Because I'm not surviving, I'm thriving. Why would I then be?
But okay, if you're good, where would you want to be in government? Because government is just headache, man. You'll be dealing with these puny ass fuckers here.
You see, being liked is not a problem. Being liked or not being liked is not a problem. Kazi ni kazi. Unaelewa? So
no, I get that bit. Because like me, if my things are good, you'd never hear me ati natetea mwananchi. What for? These are the same guys who, after Moses took them out of Egypt, they are like, fuck you, take us back there. Those are under wananchi. Me, I would never. The only reason I would be like, it,
again, you have to understand.
It'd be like a side hustle.
It's like a moth to a flame. The people who are called, they can't even help it. Even if they are given something else to do. Let's start to close this up. Who else is here? Meshach. Okay, Meshach is missing. Yeah, go ahead, Meshach.
Okay, man, give it, but my background is not that okay. I don't know. Thank you, but I'll get back after a minute, kindly.
CSK Cheruyot. He says he's an ambassador for the voiceless Kenyan. Me, I was only sent to the boy child. I was not sent to the world. I was not sent to women. No, I was only sent to the boy child. The only responsibility I have between me and the person who sent me down here or up here, whatever. The guy who's playing my cards on the other side, he's the boy child. I think with the boy child we can get a lot of political seats. We can't do that. I think it's extremely possible. Tum Dennis. I used to have a maths tutor called Tum. That was French to me. I never should have wasted my time trying to learn physics and mathematics beyond class 8. I'm in university learning physics and mathematics. Imagine this brain. This small brain like this having to be subjected to physics and mathematics. You know how hard that shit is? It's like telling Gaido to run 100 meters. It's almost impossible. Not that he can't run. He can run, but to 100? Fuck you saying. Febibad, what's up?
Okay, Kibe, but there's no need to compliment about the ideal of not fucking up with physics. The truth here is that what do we understand by being empowered? First of all, if you are empowered, you do not have to complain too much. You need to use your own logistic, your brain cells to work effectively and to speak eloquently in truth of matters. If we are in a position to understand what is right and what is wrong, we do not have gone back to like we are beating bushes each and every time. Because once we engage in discussion, we start by engaging with past tense. Things that happened last year, we want to bring back to this year. We need to be dynamic. Things are changing. So once we engage on tomorrow's activities, many of us, we can speak on different spaces, but the actual field, we are not in that physicality. For example, Edwin is of tomorrow's thought. We are in the ground. But personally, Edwin is not even in Kenya as we are speaking. He's my friend. We haven't met, but ideally, we agree. But he's not in the field. So 99% of us in platform, we can try to preach 10 hours, but tomorrow's activity, we are not participating. Meaning, we are the hypocrisy. We want to sanitize our language. The way Anthony is speaking very well and eloquently. Karue has stated his mind. I've heard Karue. But we understand about bonuses. Are we the one farming? Are we in a position to farm? Because we can be speaking of bonuses, and even personally, we haven't even invested even to plan the symbol garden, the start garden of your mother back there in Ushago. You haven't invested even a single coin. So when we are speaking about facts, let's speak the truth. Let's not be only beating pushes for us to get views. The one that they are moving to streets tomorrow, they want views. And even like the lady, the one that you saw, you are like you want to become fame. Fameness, take it away. Use your common sense, respect those people in uniform, and understand the Constitution very well. We have right to demonstrate, but what are we demonstrating? We need to be punctual. We do not need to be that narcissistic too much. Thanks, Kipe, for giving me this space.
Interesting. I know the lady who was here saying, do not be distracted. Do not be distracted. We are going to the streets. Let me bring her back. Let's hear what she has to say. Do not be distracted. Let's hear those people.
Can I say something?
Yeah, go ahead, Edwin.
Because I'll be tomorrow. I'll be there. Two. If you need me to go, for you to go, stay home. You don't know what you have no clue why people are going home, why people are going to protest. Just stay home. Usiende kwa sababu mimi naenda. If you've not been convinced by yourself to go for this protest, don't go. Stay home. You don't know why. Nyinyi ndo mtakuwa goons. Nyinyi ndo mtaenda kuibia watu because you don't know what's taking you there. For me, I know what's taking me there. End of police brutality. That's the main thing. That is what is pushing me to go to the streets.
But Nani, Edwin, your mic is so low, man. Are you sure you want to go with that energy to town tomorrow? Ongeza, speak from your chest, my guy. I want to give me a laptop. Laptop.
Laptop.
Yeah, the laptop is always lower than.
So tomorrow.
Yeah, we've had you.
Yeah.
Edwin. So we've had you. You're going to be there tomorrow. End to police brutality. Good. Nyambura. Nyambura. Femi Bad, help us out here. Ama, you guys can't hear me. Fuck. Kolo.
I can hear you.
Oh, okay, go. Kolo, are you there?
Why do people fear?
I know by the end of today, Guaido and his cohort of nincompoops would have already cancelled me for trying to distract the movement. And I'll even do a live for you this evening just to piss you off just a little bit more. Dr.
And by the
Mofo,
way, keep it.
Yes, sir.
what's up?
You know, Kibe, I'm startled to see Anthony quite silent there. I mean, there are not so many people being able, successfully to silence him. But I talk to him. I'll speak for him. Kibe, tomorrow has been a long day waiting. It is our liberation. Kibe, it is an anniversary of the things that happened a year ago. If you look at the time frame, between then and now, between the time when Mr. William Ruto ordered Kahariri to instruct KDF from the barracks, send them to the streets. You remember when they were chasing in pretext the maize from the parliament in Githurai. One night, they disseminated 300 Kenyans and incriminated them. We do not know even where they are. A few who remained, they were sent somewhere in the quarry. Now, they arrested some fake suspect who they freed or maybe they killed. But what am I talking about? Things are not getting any better, Kibe. It is our time to go to the State House, chase away the thief.
Hey, Dr. Mofo, let's have a conversation.
Yes, sir.
Don't give me the Martin Luther speech here. So, are you in Kenya?
Why not? Yes, I am.
Not why
Absolutely.
not? Come on.
Yes, I am. I'm in
Which
Ruiru.
part of Kenya are you?
In Ruiru. Do you know where Green Valley is? I am in the neighborhood. Yes, I'm in the neighborhood with Osoro. Osoro, yes, that's where I live.
In a neighborhood with who?
Osoro, the Sylvester Osoro.
But I hear that guy is chummed like crazy.
Oh, that guy is a motherfucker. That guy represents people who are 300 miles away from where he is. He builds a house in Nairobi. Then he's sending us goons. We're gonna meet there, set a very nice bonfire.
So, is it a good neighborhood?
Well, I'll say so. According to my standards, it doesn't need to your standards. I mean, for authentication. I know you live in a better, poshy place, Kibe.
So, who's your MP now there?
This motherfucker. Sorry?
Who is that?
This motherfucker, I think he's even nameless. I think he's, what is his name? Forget these people all the time.
Koimburi.
Not Koimburi. No, it's Ruiru.
So, what's your problem with your MP?
I mean, he's being a cahoot with William Ruto. He's part of the guys who've been legitimating the wrong regime.
Though?
I don't need to know his name. I don't need to. All I need to know is we are misrepresented.
But you don't know by who?
Well, I know. I am deliberately choosing not to tell you. I am deliberately choosing not to tell you because I know where you want to corner me. I know where you want to push me. I don't want to fit in your corner.
You see, what I don't like about you guys is that you guys are not coming out straight up to say you want to take power through the back door. If you told me that, we can work on that. I'm willing to sit down. We strategize on how to take the power through the back door. But don't come and lie to me here that hey, things are so bad, yet you're Silvana Osoro is your neighbor.
No, you see, Kibe. No, if I told you the name of this guy...
How do you think that house looks like?
His name is Kingara, but how does that help you?
No, we are done with the Nini. You Googled, so your timeline is up. The timeline is up. You see, when you didn't have Google at your fingertips, you didn't know. But now suddenly you know and you want to spread the word. You must think I'm stupid. So why can't you just say, hey, listen, I want power? Like me, I told Gen Z last year, hey, listen, I am a gun for hire. Yeah, me, I want the power and I can be good with this power. You guys can hire me, but the Gen Z were not very keen on hiring me. So I moved on and now we have a new constituency. I mean, just honesty. Even if you never get there, just be honest about your intentions. But don't con people with this language, yet Sylvanus Osoro is your neighbor. Meaning you even have a fridge. You have a fridge, Dr. Morphos, you know?
Kibe, there are fridges all over. Unfortunately, these fridges are freaking corpses.
Eggs. You have eggs.
A fridge does not help me. Do you know why? The fridges that we're using in Kenya are freaking corpses.
Do you have a fridge? Yes.
I don't know. It broke down like a year ago.
A very, very damaged fellow. What happened in America? They finished you there. Must have done a number on you. You were deported. Are you a latest deportee? You sound like a deportee. You sound like a bitter Cosmo choice. Cosmo choice alilia mpaka akapatiwa podium. Kila siku lazima ongee mawili matatu.
Kibe, I told you, I'm not fit in the corner you want me to be.
Ama ujui Cosmo choice. Nimetoka huko Seattle kama wewe, Seattle. So when you're in the streets, see mtatuambia vile kuko. I expect to see photos and videos. Keep us entertained tomorrow, the whole day. Mambo ni mabaya sana. Mambo ni mabaya wapi? Na Osoro is your neighbor. That's why I told you guys, don't listen to anyone here. You guys are just miners. They are mining for victims because they can monetize your victimhood. Osoro ni neighbor yao mzee analia kwa nini? Please ask that question. Choma nini? These guys have dinner or drinks together. Choma, bro. Nyabura, just give me your last final 2 cents.
All right. First of all, like,
and come closer to the mic. Huh?
Respecting people in uniform. Are
you using a Bluetooth or headphones?
Yeah.
Yeah, get rid of that. We can hardly hear you. We can hardly hear you. Just get rid of that shit and come back. Meanwhile, we can have Lorenzo. Levi Albert.
Andrew, you see, what we are expecting tomorrow is something, maybe the sponsor of it is bigger than we think. I was reading the embassy, I don't know, the joint NATO countries, they put out a statement supporting all the process. So I think people think they are having their own movement in their heads, but it could be something more than that has excited all the country. But as for me, I'm ready to see how it pans out, as you do.
Simbo.
Okay, Mr. Kibe. Yeah, myself, I do support the protest tomorrow, but I'll not be attending. What is ailing this country is bad governance. And the problem is that we don't have money in our pockets. I'm very sure if these people could be having something meaningful to do at home, do not be in the streets. However bad the situation is. So those people who are comfortable in their homes, having some cash to maybe meet their needs, they will not be anywhere around those streets. So the major problem, however much we have some commercial interests which have permeated the protests, like the commercial activists, the likes of Aniva and this other fellow. We still have genuine protesters who have a genuine cause to put out. The biggest undoing of this government is the failure to hear the concerns of the people. Right from the beginning of the protests last year, the Gen Zs were putting across some issues.
But Levi,
yes,
we are not going to the streets tomorrow.
Yeah.
Yeah, so we are not those people. The ones who are going are going. They are planned where they're meeting and everything. You just admitted you're not going to the street tomorrow. Isn't you?
Because of 1, 2, 3. But I support them.
Yeah, everybody has 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. Everybody has 1, 2, 3.
Yes.
Your 1, 2, 3 is different from another person's 1, 2, 3. Another one is not even in the country. Forget your 1, 2, 3. There's one who's not even in the country.
Okay.
Forget you who's in the country, but 1, 2, 3.
So I should not encourage people to.
We are not really concerned about bad governance because we are part of that governance, aren't we?
Yeah, we are, but not actively.
Yes. So we are part of that bad governance. So we're not really
in the background
concerned about bad governance. The people who are concerned are the ones who are not eating.
Well, the problem is those who give the mandate are not working on it.
Yeah, so if it's about mandate, then it's about mandate. But so far, the people who are crying are the ones who are not eating. But the ones who are eating, they have their mouths full. They're not crying.
Yeah, to some extent, that is true.
It is not to some extent. Bro, guys were given pigs. Were you given a pig?
What?
Ulipewa nguruwe?
Hapana. Nothing.
Kama una nguruwe, unalia nini?
Sasa, you know, even the people who have been arguing here, kuna hata wale wamekula na hii serikali. That is why they are talking the way they are talking. They were cracking figures here, statistics here and there. But at the back of their minds, they know it is not helping the common man. Those data, statistics are not getting to the bottom of the pyramid. It's not getting down to the people. So the main problem, actually, which is inasinya watu sana, when you talk bad about the government, you are abducted, you are killed. And then they have the audacity even to parade bodies of dead people in sacks, in places like Kawangware, just to instill fear. So this is a kind of a desperate situation. So I'm supporting these people because we want to pass the message that we are not buying the fear. We are not buying the intimidation.
But you're not really supporting them.
Yeah?
You just want to see what will happen. But you're not really supporting them.
No, actually, I do support them.
There's no them. There's no them.
the only problem, I am far away.
Who them is?
Levi. Yes.
You don't know who them is?
I'm in a very remote place.
A person came here. I don't know who it was. They came in here and the first thing they said, but tomorrow we might actually get to see who is behind this whole thing. We might get to see.
But you'll never know who is behind it.
No, but tomorrow's intentions.
Yes.
That's why I said I want to see the photos. So tomorrow, by intention, we shall get to know who is behind everything. Because what is your intention? Your intention tomorrow is what?
Just to display.
Celebrate, commemorate, or overthrow.
I think they will be killing many birds using one stone. Commemorating the dead, celebrating their courage, and also pushing further where they left.
Pushing what?
The struggle for liberation and resistance.
The people who are liberated in the country, the ones who voted for this government, they are liberated. They are thriving. They show us every day the money they are spending everywhere.
But I think now that is the intention of the streets, because you cannot be in government, then you steal and come back and display the opulence, everything, and the economy is bad.
Where are you?
I'm in Turkana.
The economy is bad in Turkana?
Yeah, actually everywhere in the country. I come from Rift Valley, the other part of Rift Valley, but
so you guys are having your own overthrowing the Turkana government tomorrow?
No. The regime is in Nairobi, not Turkana.
So it's just in Nairobi that you're interested in?
Yeah, that is the seat of power.
I mean, but power is power.
Yeah, but this local power is...
I mean, if corruption is happening, it's happening across the board. It can't just be happening in Nairobi. It must be happening in Turkana government. Because the money that Turkana is getting is from Nairobi, isn't it?
But what makes the county governments to work is the Nairobi government. If they are not working, even the counties cannot work.
You cannot attack. I mean, you attack where you're attacking. Why wouldn't you attack Turkana? Why doesn't everybody attack where they are? That's a more coordinated way of thinking.
The counties just copy-pasted.
Because if you're getting rid of a problem, then you must get rid of the problem at the root.
Yeah, the root is the source. That is Nairobi. The source of the problem.
How can Nairobi be the source and you live in Turkana? How does that make sense?
You know the reason why counties are not working, and there is some level of corruption.
Is what has you guys turning emotional? Because now you're thinking like a villager.
No, I'm not emotional actually. I'm not emotional. And even my reasoning is not village.
If you guys have a problem with corruption, which is what you're saying, right? You're saying corruption is off the chains.
Mm-hmm.
Then it must be off the chains in Turkana. It probably more off the chains in Turkana than anywhere else. Especially because of that border in the Nene. And what do you call it? And the oil. Sindio?
You know, we are dealing with some insecurity challenges here.
So Turkana has already a lot of problems that the county government of Turkana is unable to deal with. Sindio?
Yes, even advocating for such issues is a challenge.
So why not first then now the Turkana youth, knowing what they know, tomorrow they say, okay, while you guys are doing the Nairobi thing, us guys are doing our Turkana thing.
We are giving that online support.
Sorry?
We are giving the online support to those people who are there.
No, we're talking about people in Turkana. Turkana people can say, yes, even for us, corruption is on the ground with us. The police here are corrupt. The government is corrupt. So we're getting rid of all the governors, the MPs, because all they do is eat money when they go to Nairobi, and the MCAs. So we want a fresh start. Where is that conversation?
But the Nairobi issue is towards that direction because we want to change the entire regime.
No, you change Turkana, and then the people of Nairobi will change Nairobi, then people of Mombasa will change Mombasa. Because we have to deal with this problem at the root. This is not a problem where you change the president, now the problem disappears. If this is a real problem to you, then you must deal with it at the root. Because corruption is not only in State House. Is it only in State House?
It originates from there.
No. That's bullshit. Because you are not born in State House. You are corrupt.
You see, Mr.
I'm talking to you. Are corrupt. You are not born in State House. How can you tell me corruption originates in State House? How does that make any sense?